Good morning, it's Lianne Phillipson from sproutright.com and liannephillipson.com, coming to you from Sproutright and Lianne Phillipson headquarters, aka my home office. This is where I see clients, this is where I do my work, this is where I've been working very hard on the next edition of my book, Sproutright, and all of the family meals that's coming along with that. So there's a lot of work and a lot of stuff coming in the next year. But while all of this has been going on, I'm here and then I'm gone a little bit just because some of the editing process can be really quite intense. And I wanted to see, how are you doing? We're into the school year. We're back into the routine here in Toronto. It's stunning. It's sunshine. It still feels like it's summer, but the vibe changes. It just does. You can't get away from it as soon as we hit September and Labor Day. Just that sort of, relaxed, go to a patio, sit out on the back porch, fire up the barbecue feel is kind of there, but kind of not. And I don't know, I've sort of felt a bit guilty if I've sat out on the back porch again like I was with my computer typing away, editing and writing and all of those kind of things. So it just a different vibe comes. So how are you doing? How are the school lunches going? How is getting the kids up and out the door going for you? I did a lot of promotion around back to school. The segment that I did on Cityline had so much great food there for you. Had so many ideas that I hope have inspired you to help you to get back into the routine and also really try and get kids involved, because from about grade 4 onwards, these kids can be making their own lunches. So get them prepared, get them writing on sproutright.com on the blog. There is the meal planner that I made up for kids. Print it off, have them start writing in what it is that they have this week, start plotting for next week already, and also the little survey if you want to send that off. It's just a little fun thing when I mentioned that to Barb DiGiulio on News Talk 1010 a week before last when I was on with her in the evening. She thought that because of all these creative ideas that I had, she said, do you send origami napkins with your kids as well because you're so creative? And it's not so much that I'm sitting there making origami napkins for my kids to put in their lunches. It's really just more to get a different idea of something, just to do something a little bit different than just be entrenched in the, oh my gosh, I don't know what to put in your lunch. I don't know what I could, what else I can come up with. And why aren't you eating this lunch? I've already had this situation with my 14, almost 15-year-old, and she just has to take responsibility for eating well this year, and that's just how it flows. So it is a constant challenge, even for myself, who knows what would be ideal. No origami napkins are going to make her eat what she doesn't want to eat, or any other child for that matter. So it's just trying to change things up, trying to keep it light, get out of our own heads of thinking, oh, this is such a disaster, or this is just so terrible, I just hate making these lunches, because you don't really want to be in that headspace making food for anyone. So in checking out, just as I put at the top of this video, how are you doing? I want to check in on how you're doing. So yes, your brain might be fried with all of these things. Hopefully everyone's getting into a little bit more of a groove. But let's talk about your health. Let's talk about what it is that you need. Because so often, whether you're a mom or a dad or a caregiver, and when your focus is always on the people that you're looking after, the family, your mother who might be aging, your father that might be aging, a sick family member or anyone like that, and our attention to ourselves can go by the wayside. So we're thinking about everyone else and not about ourselves. And in the media lately, there's been a lot of, it feels like a lot, and I'm sure that there's so much that goes unspoken about mental health and suicides and young, up and coming artists that you hear about more in the media, while there are up and coming artists that are not in the media that also just have these demons that they don't feel great about themselves. So it's really, really important to have that check in, to have people around you, and to be nourishing yourself on some level. So I thought I'd share a little bit about what I do, because I get up in the morning, I go to the gym, I come back, I get the girls sorted out, and then off they go. Off they go to school, and then I come and I sit at my desk, or maybe I have meetings, or whatever, however my day flows is how it flows. Or maybe I'm up super early going off to do a TV segment or something like that. So my sleep pattern can be a little bit upside down sometimes. So I need to keep my energy going without having to nap in my office chair, throughout the day at different points. Maybe I might have a quick TV segment on Sunday evening. I did, to talk about Health Canada banning trans fat. So we have to bring it sometimes more so than we think we might be able to. So first of all, just wanted to go through a few top tips just to see if this resonates with you, because of course you can always post underneath and ask me any particular questions. So number one is hydration. I don't know, probably 9-10 months ago or so, was taking a big glass of water to my bedroom every night. I don't tend to drink overnight. I don't wake up at night. So it's not for then that I needed the water. It's actually first thing in the morning. So my alarm goes off. I might be going to hot yoga. I might be going to the gym, or I might just be going for a run, or just actually getting up. Then I will drink that whole glass of water before I leave my bedroom. And then I'm down one glass of water already. And it actually really helps to wake up my kidneys, my liver, get everything working, get me hydrated, as, after a long fast of, 6 to 8 hours of sleep, depending on the night. So good to be hydrated. And then this actually is my favorite bottle. It used to have a little L on it. I bought this in Australia in the summer, BPA free plastic. But what I love about it, normally I was going, on one of the clean canteens or some sort of other bottle, but because this has a straw in it, even at yoga, I could be doing a downward dog and still having a sip. So this is 1 liter of water. So I know that once I've downed 3 of these, so I went to the gym this morning, it was a pretty hard class, I've already downed 1 of these, plus the glass of water this morning. So I'm probably ahead of what most people would drink in a whole day. So just to understand that that's pretty much all I drink. I don't drink coffee because it just makes me feel all shaky, and I don't like that. I do enjoy a decaf coffee, but I'm not entrenched. That's not a habit for me. But what I do is I add in some of these drops, these homeopathic drops. I hope that you can see that the right way around. I flipped my screen. So this RHD Milieu used to be called Rehydrate. So these are homeopathic drops which I put into my water, and it helps to pull in more hydration into my cells. Essentially what we want to do is every single cell in our body is holding on to sodium, potassium, and everything needs to flush in and out and in and out, just a little bit like the ocean and the waves and all of those kind of things. And sometimes it happens where that's not the situation that's going on, where everything's backwards, everything's upside down, and then you're not detoxifying. And when you're not detoxifying, you feel sluggish, you feel foggy, you're dragging yourself through the day, and you're not really motivated. You're not motivated to do what you want to do, and that's one of the most important things. So I put in 8 drops of the Rehydrate Milieu. This is a Physica Energetics. This is a product that I use a lot and do a lot of testing with my individual clients. It's something that you can only get from a practitioner. They just make it. It's a Canadian company, and they just make it for practitioners to be able to advise, because if you saw this in the store and it said RHD Milieu, you'd be, what is that all about? So really amazing for help to keep us rehydrated, and then also help to really flush stuff through our systems, flush toxins and waste products through our cells. That's where the drainage piece of a lot of the Physica products comes through. Lately, I've been having BioHealth Matrix. That's sort of a bit of a multi. I hadn't used this before, so I thought I'm going to try it and I'm going to see how it goes. I actually started off with a little bit of a bee flush, it's called. So the first time I took it, my arms went super, super hot and super, super red. And I know that to be a flushing sensation. And I took 3 capsules. I had food. But sometimes these things happen when you're taking really good quality supplements, because the B3 that's in there that creates this flush. So it's a vasodilator. So it just took a whole bunch more nutrients, funnily enough, to more of my arms, because those were red for some bizarre reason. But that flush, not that you necessarily want to induce a flush, but that happening just meant that my system needed some clearing out, that was going on. So sometimes that can happen when you have a really good quality supplement. So I took it back after 2 days. I figured out that's what it was. It was the biohealth matrix and the B3 that was in that. So I took it back, started on 1 a day, and then now I'm back up to 3, and now I'm doing 3 twice a day. No flush. I've cleared out whatever that was, so that's great. So another thing, because my energy after I've been to the gym, if I've worked out really hard, is I've started on their new vitamin B complex. So this has just been approved by Health Canada. Health Canada is really rigid in all the supplements that they allow to have in Canada. So it's got approval and it's going to be shipping out. I'm so excited. So I managed to grab this at a conference that I was at with Physica Energetics this past weekend on Saturday. So I'm putting this in my water along with Spectrolite. Now, Spectrolite are ionic minerals. There is almost no better absorption than an ionic form. And you think, well, does that mean I'm going to glow, or what is that going on? But it's got such an energy charge that it just goes in. Spectrolite contains these amazing minerals that are so important to our bodies. And it helps, again, with this drainage, with this what's called right spin. We want our bodies in an energetic situation called right spin, which means that everything that's in the cell is in the right place, everything that's out of the cell is in the right place, and detoxification and drainage and getting all that stuff out of us can happen. So inflammation, let's say maybe your skin is kind of going a bit crazy, but really you're just not feeling great. And when you start to put in the ionic minerals, the drainage from the rehydrate, there's also just a product called drainage milieu or DRG milieu. We start to get the stuff out of our body. Sometimes in the change of seasons, people say, I'm going to go and do a detox. Great, you're changing the food that you're putting in your mouth, but can your body handle it? Can your cells actually get rid of what it needs to? If you're in left spin, all the crap and junk stays within the cell. If you're in right spin, it can be flushed out. So important. Florasentropy is a probiotic. Let me get it around the right way. Florasentropy is a probiotic that also helps you to stay in right spin. In subsequent, I just want to introduce this here, and I'll talk a lot about it more on subsequent Facebook Lives. And you don't really, need to say, do I feel in right spin or left spin today? There are all sorts of situations, stress being the most massive one, any injuries and things like that can sometimes just energetically send your body into something called left spin. But we want to try and keep us going in right spin. So we're detoxifying, we're getting rid of all the stuff from our bodies as much as possible. So I've got some great things going on here that I'm just taking as a bit more maintenance. I always have myself tested by colleagues to see what specifically it is that I need. I actually do that for my clients with sound therapy, but I can't really do that on myself. So I have my colleagues test me and then figure out what it is that I happen to need at that moment to get me into balance. I had been taking an adrenal remedy for stress and all of those kind of things for a little while. Sometimes I do need more vitamin C, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I need to get rid of a bug in my belly. Sometimes I need to get rid of an old virus or something like that. So there's many things that we can work with, especially with the Physica Energetics products, because they're phenomenal the way that they're formulated. So all of these things that I've been taking have made a massive difference to how I'm getting through my day. Because while you think I'm just sitting on my butt doing a whole other 2 weeks of editing of my book, and you just think, it's great just to sit down and I don't have to go here and there. It really does get quite draining, mentally draining. So I got to have my brain switched on. I got to know what words, I got to figure out what this is, the recipes, all of those kind of things. So whatever it is that you happen to be doing, doesn't matter what your day looks like. We want you to be super switched on and have a great day with it, because if we're tired, then we pass it on to our kids, and it's just no fun. It's just not nearly as much fun then, is it? So really just wanted to jump on today and talk about you. as opposed to talking about the kids and lunches and all of those kind of things. And yes, they're important, and there's other Facebook Lives about it. There's other posts on sproutright.com as well as LeannePhillipson.com. Also on LeannePhillipson.com, we're doing the weight loss challenge, the Do This Weight Loss Challenge with Jerry Agar and colleagues, our producer Becky and sound guy Nick, as well as Lisa Morales, who does the traffic on CP24 and Newstalk 1010 Chum FM. So we're all and Christy from Virgin Radio. So we're all doing this weight loss challenge just to be accountable to each other. So if that's something that you feel that you need a bit of a tribe going on of people to to get you going, to get you going along, then there's that option on LeannePhillipson.com as well. But really, whatever it is that you need, then please do reach out. Whether it's mental health issues, you need a bit of stability going on there, we'll point you in the right direction if it's out of our wheelhouse, without a doubt. If you just need some new remedies that you think, oh yeah, I'm not drinking enough water, that rehydrate sounds better. It makes the water that you're drinking that much more powerful. Or maybe you do feel, I think the probiotic would be a really good thing. We're coming into winter. Already one of my kids has been sick. She was sick last week, and that was, a week and a half into school. So it just told me, oh, okay, we're at the end of summer. The weather kind of changed. We had that crazy weekend where it got super, super cool, and that just puts our bodies into a tailspin, and that can take us into left spin. So her body may not have been detoxifying properly. So it's time to get back to the regular routine of some extra supplements, some extra B vitamins, probiotics, all of those things, while you may have been off all summer long. So if you need any particular suggestions, do comment below. I'll always jump on and answer as many questions as possible. Of course, there's the consultation packages. You'll find that on sproutright.com and then also on LeannePhillipson.com, so you can have a look and see what those are. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're watching this and it wasn't live, then still welcome all of your comments and suggestions of anything that I've said today. All right, have a beautiful day and take care of yourself. Thank you. Bye.